have the power.
Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and today we're going to cover the brand new flag that I've been working on. Here's kind of what it looks like before it's installed. Ooh, so cool. I'm going to show you guys how to install this with the piece right here. It is the flag clamp, and it's pretty cool. And you can see just how nice this fits on there. Ooh, look at that. And it actually hooks on to our staff, and there's a special way you got to install it, so I'm going to show you that. And I also have a link in the description so you can order these if you want to, and you can see how cool these are. All right, without further ado, let's get started. So let's turn the camera around. So here's what the flag looks like after it's installed, and you can just see how cool that is. Ooh, so I'm going to show you guys how to install this, and like I said, I'm going to talk about my procedures on what I did to design it and develop it and make it work. So as many of you know, this cool playset does have a flag, and it has all kinds of stickers. I've not installed all the stickers yet. As you can see, there's still a bunch of blank spots everywhere that I haven't installed. But I have tried many times to put this flag on, and you have to take this flag, and here you can see the lines where it separates right there. And then you have to carefully work it into this little area here and fold it right here in the middle. And then it goes off, and it looks like it's waving, but it's actually flat. And it's okay, but it just seems to stick in the wrong areas and everything else. I've had friends say you got to take the sticky stuff off later after you get it on there. It's just a hassle. So I commissioned a guy to make one out of cloth for me, and he started to make it, but then life got in the way, and he didn't get a chance to finish it. And I'm like, you know what? I just need to get this done. So I went to the drawing board and started printing off different flags that I wanted to check out that were the right size. And I just heated these up with my heat gun and then bent them into shape, thinking this would be kind of a cool looking bent flag. You know, it's obviously blowing in the wind. Then I made one with a curl on it so it could actually hook around the flagpole. Something like this, which was a nice design on this side. When you turned it around, you had this big old bump on the other side, which just didn't bode well. And I tried all different things. And at first I tried to keep it the same thickness, but you can see with this nice thin one that bends relatively easy, and you can heat it up and bend it how you want. You could see the other side through it. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work, because the blue and the red are kind of see-through. Actually, so is the white. And you can see when it's this thin that it's just see-through. So then I made a new thicker version, the new thicker one, which the new thicker one, it did work. It looks really nice and it's clean, but you couldn't bend it very well. This is like the most I could bend it without destroying it. And you can see when you hook it on, again, it has the same thing with this big old round piece. And I'm not going to hook it all the way on because it takes hot water to do it. But just to kind of show you, normally you'd go in there like that. And then you have this big old round thing on one side and nice flat on the other. So I kept thinking about it. And finally I came up with this design right here. It's still relatively thin. Not as thin as the first one, but not as thick as the second one. And what I did was I made one side red, white, and blue, and the other side red, white, and blue. And then right in the middle, with a little bit of edge still around it, I made a white square. And so each side is 4 layers thick of color, and then 3 layers thick of white. And so that is how I made it. So that white helped separate the colors. Now, if you hold the light up to it, you can still kind of see through the flag a little bit, but it still looks pretty nice. It's a nice flag. And then, like I said, I made this little piece right here. This little piece, it just slides, oops, this side here, right on there, just like that, to hang onto the flag. And believe it or not, it's printed in the same colors, but because there's no white underneath it, it just looks darker. As you can see, the ones without the white, the blue just looks darker because there's not white underneath there. But the tricky part is getting this on to your flag post. So the flag post has this weird little bar on there, and you have to get it underneath that bar and slid on there. So it works best to put it on this side and then turn it around. But the hole, as you can see, is larger than the slot. So if you try to force it on there, you might break your flag staff, or you might break this piece. Now, because this piece has a high chance of breaking, every set I included 2 of these, because these little clips can break really easily. So I did include 2 in case something goes wrong. So all you have to do this is get yourself some hot water. Hot water. Let me go and slide this on over here. And let me go fill this up, and I'll be right back with some hot water. All right, I got my hot water, and it is approximately 220 plus degrees. So, wow, you can't see that first 2 in the light. It's so weird. There you go. I got to shade it off because I got light in there. And let's go ahead and put our first piece in there. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to stick just the clamp piece in there. I'll get my tongs to grab it on the way out. Okay. Let's just open that right up. It's funny, it feels like licorice or something. It's kind of weird. You guys can see the pitfalls. Okay. So now, remember the blue goes in the bottom, the red goes in the top. You just slide it on there. Oh, it's not this hard normally. I am just running into all kinds of problems. It's because I'm not going it fast enough, because I keep pulling it off to show you guys. Okay, gotta heat it up just a little bit more. Burp. Okay, after you get it heated up, you then want to press this all the way down inside there. Now the nice part is the 3D plastic is going to soften up before your actual flag post does, so that's the nice part about it. There we go. And then push that all the way down deep, all the way into the hole in the very bottom. You may have to take a screwdriver and just kind of jam it in there. And after you get that nice and deep inside there, you now have to close this back up. So stick it back in there. And don't burn your fingers. It does get really, really hot. And then after you have that, you're just going to take and just close this gap right back up to the way it was before you inserted that. Close, close. Okay, and while it's still a little bit warm, take your flag and just slide it on in there. Just like that. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, now the fun part comes up. Now you get to adjust it and make it so it's all wavy. And all you have to do is stick it in the hot water, and once you stick it in there, you can then wave it all around. Now also, you could take and put a little bit of super glue on both sides if you want to make sure it's going to stay in there. You can do that as well. All right, now you stick your flag in there, and you'll see it gets kind of flopsy-mopsy. See it waving in the water. Once you see that flag waving in the water, you know it is the right temperature for you to mold it any way you want. You just pull it out and you just add your curves in there how you want it. Curve it on up. Now I like to do the big curve first on this side where it comes out. I'll just kind of get that just right, and then I'll put it back in just on the tip. And then I'll do this curve going back. This way you got the cool S curve going on your flag. And once that cools a little bit and you got that curve going, now I like to do stuff on the tip. Just on the very tip of it. And just take and just do some bends one way or the other. This way it just kind of has that cool extra flag fold look to it. And the cool part is you can come back weeks later and add some more bends to it. Just stick it back in hot water and change it any way you want. slide that back in there. There we go. Hooray! And there is my flag. All set and ready to go. Now when you get yours, they'll be totally flat with 2 of the clips. So you can put them on how you want. And then you can bend it how you want. And that is it. And again, it just looks so cool once you have it mounted on top. How both sides look. Ooh, and it is so cool. So cool. And that's pretty much it. Just if you want, get the flag. They are in the description if you want to get one. And they're really cool. So you have your New Texas and then your Fort Kerium on the back. So there you go. Hooray! Anyway, stay tuned for more videos. I'm gonna have more cool things to add to this fort. So stay tuned and check out the new stuff I'll be having as time goes on. But if you want to get this, they're on sale or for sale right now, and the link's in the description if you want to get one. And they work pretty good. Wow! I know my wife always says I shouldn't groove on my own stuff, but I am so happy with this. I have spent so long trying to get that stupid sticker to work. Stupid sticker to work. So, hooray. Anyway, thanks for joining me. And no one's told me what BraveStarr says, so I'm still going to say good journey. If you know what BraveStarr says at the end of his episodes when he signs off, put it in the comments so I can start using it. And that'll be fun to actually say the right thing. Huh. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.